You ever think about food as medicine? It's fascinating how certain foods can impact our health. Natural ingredients can be just as effective as conventional medicine. I'm all about boosting health naturally. Knowing what you're putting into your body is pure and unprocessed is incredibly satisfying. So when I heard about the benefits of eating garlic daily, I was intrigued. Garlic has anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, and antiviral effects. Could this pungent bulb be a health powerhouse? I had to find out. The idea of something so simple having a significant impact was too good to pass up. I decided to dive into a month-long garlic eating experiment, documenting my journey in a detailed food journal. I use garlic in my cooking all the time, but consuming it daily in larger quantities was a new challenge. A whole month of incorporating it into my diet raw and cooked required creativity to avoid getting overwhelmed by the strong taste. Like preparing for a marathon, I had to mentally and physically prepare for this garlic journey. The strong flavor and potential side effects were on my mind. I had to be mindful of my body's reactions. Garlic breath is real. I stocked up on mints and mouthwash to combat it. I was concerned about potential digestive issues but was willing to take the risk for the experiment. You don't get healthier by staying in your comfort zone. This experiment was my way of pushing boundaries. I was determined to see this experiment through, tracking my progress in my journal. I was curious about the potential benefits. Would I notice a difference in my energy levels, immune system, or skin? Would I feel more energized? The idea of having more energy was appealing. Would my immune system get a boost? I hoped garlic would help keep me healthy. Would I ward off vampires? Maybe not, but garlic has a quirky history. It was about exploring health benefits and seeing if this ancient remedy could make a difference. It was time to embrace the stink and see what garlic was all about. With an open mind, I embarked on this month-long journey. Alright, first things first, I needed a plan. I couldn't just dive into this garlic experiment without some sort of strategy. Garlic is powerful stuff, and I wanted to make sure I was doing it right. Eating a clove of garlic straight up every morning? No way, man, that's brutal. The thought alone made me cringe. I needed to be smarter about this. I had to find ways to incorporate it into my meals, both cooked and raw. Cooking with garlic is a no-brainer, but raw garlic? That's a whole different ballgame. For cooked garlic, I stuck to the classics. Stir fries, roasted veggies, garlic bread. The possibilities were endless. Garlic bread, for instance, is a crowd pleaser and a great way to get that garlic goodness without too much effort. Raw garlic was a bit trickier. I had to think outside the box. The taste is much more intense. It's like a punch to the taste buds. I started adding minced garlic to my salads. It was a simple way to get that raw garlic in without overwhelming my palate. I also blended it into smoothies. Yes, you heard that right, it sounds weird, but it works. Surprisingly, the fruits and veggies masked the strong taste pretty well. It was like a hidden health boost in my morning routine. I knew consistency was key for this experiment to work. I couldn't just do it sporadically and expect results. So, I made a commitment to myself. At least one cooked and one raw serving of garlic every single day for 30 days straight. No excuses. This was my garlic game plan and I was sticking to it. It sounded simple enough, but I knew it would be a test of willpower. There would be days when I wouldn't feel like it, but I had to push through. Garlic breath can be a real mood killer, and I was a little worried about smelling like a walking Italian restaurant. But I figured, if I could manage that, I could manage anything. But hey, for science, right? Sometimes you have to make sacrifices for the greater good. And who knows, maybe I'd discover some amazing health benefits along the way. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, the smell. Garlic has a reputation for its strong, pungent aroma that can fill a room in seconds. It's a smell that can be both inviting and overwhelming, depending on how it's used and who you ask. Raw garlic is potent. When you chop or crush it, the smell intensifies, releasing a sulfuric compound that can make your eyes water and your nose twitch. It hits you like a punch to the face. It's pungent, spicy, and lingers. This raw intensity makes garlic a powerful ingredient, but it can be a bit much for some. Cooked garlic, on the other hand, mellows out. The cooking process transforms its harsh raw flavor into something much more palatable. It becomes sweeter, more aromatic. The heat breaks down the sulfur compounds, turning them into sugars and other compounds that give cooked garlic its rich, complex flavor. It adds depth and complexity to dishes. Whether it's sautéed, roasted, or caramelized, cooked garlic can elevate a meal from good to great. But here's the thing. Both forms have their own unique benefits. Raw garlic is a powerhouse of allicin, a compound that forms when garlic is chopped or crushed. Allicin is responsible for many of garlic's health benefits, including its antibacterial, antiviral, and antifungal properties. It's like nature's own little medicine cabinet. This is the compound that gives garlic its medicinal properties. Heat deactivates allicin, so you lose some of these benefits when you cook garlic. So while cooked garlic is delicious and still good for you, raw garlic packs a more potent punch when it comes to health benefits. It's a trade-off between flavor and medicinal properties. Knowing this, I aimed for a balance. I wanted to enjoy the flavor of cooked garlic while also reaping the benefits of its raw form. It's about finding that sweet spot where you get the best of both worlds. This meant incorporating both into my meals in a way that complemented each other. It was a delicate dance, but hey, I'm all about pushing boundaries even in the kitchen. Experimenting with garlic in both its raw and cooked forms has opened up a whole new world of flavors and health benefits for me. So, next time you're cooking, don't be afraid to mix it up and enjoy the best of both sides of the same bulb. The first few days were the toughest. My breath was potent. My morning coffee never tasted the same. But after the initial shock, something interesting happened. I started to get used to it. The garlic taste became part of my daily routine. I also noticed some changes. I felt more energized. My usual afternoon slump, gone. My digestion improved. I wasn't as bloated after meals. I'm not saying garlic is a miracle cure, but I felt a difference. There were challenges. Social situations were awkward. I always had gum on hand. My girlfriend wasn't thrilled about the garlic breath, but hey, it's all part of the experience, right? Here's the thing about garlic. It's not just some trendy health food. This stuff has been around for centuries. Ancient civilizations used it for its medicinal properties. The Egyptians, Greeks, and Romans were all hip to the power of garlic. They used it for everything from treating infections to warding off evil spirits. Okay, so maybe we've moved on from the whole evil spirit thing, but modern science backs up what these ancient cultures knew all along. Garlic is good for you. Let's dive into the science, shall we? Garlic contains a compound called allicin, which has antibacterial, antiviral, and antifungal properties. It's like a natural antibiotic, fighting off all sorts of bugs. Studies show garlic can boost the immune system, lower blood pressure, and reduce the risk of certain cancers. It's also a potent anti-inflammatory, reducing inflammation throughout the body. We're talking about serious health benefits here, people. Remember how I said I felt more energized during my garlic experiment? Well, there's a scientific reason for that. Garlic improves blood flow and circulation, which means your cells get more oxygen. And that's not all. Garlic improves cholesterol levels, reduces the risk of blood clots, and even protects against Alzheimer's disease. It's like a natural multivitamin, but way more badass. So after a month of garlic overload, what's the verdict? Would I recommend it? Absolutely. Was it always easy? No way. But was it worth it? 100%. Look, I get it, garlic breath isn't a social advantage. But for me, the health benefits far outweighed the inconvenience. I felt a noticeable difference in my energy levels, my digestion, and overall well-being. Plus, knowing I was incorporating such a powerful natural ingredient into my diet gave me a sense of empowerment. Like I was taking control of my health in a way I hadn't before. Here's the thing, folks. You don't have to go full-on garlic warrior like I did. Start small. Add some extra garlic to your next meal. Try roasting a whole bulb and spreading it on toast. Experiment with different ways to incorporate it into your diet. The key is to find what works for you. You might be surprised at how much you enjoy it. Just remember to keep some breath mints handy. Trust me on that one. If you found this garlic boost insightful, hit that like button and subscribe for more intriguing health journeys.